Guys, I only got 6 hours of sleep last night. I mean, I know that's normal for some people, but for me, that ain't normal. So I'm like super tired. Oh, look at what a mess my hair is. Alright, so I have some inspiration again, finally, for what I'm gonna do for a nail design. Ooh, I can't wait to get into it. But yeah, I'm gonna feed my dogs, take them out, and then I'm gonna get started on the nails. Sadly, I still don't have a practice hand, so I'm gonna have to use those nail swatch sticks, and then I'm gonna use my fake finger for one of them. I decided to rename it Dexter because I got some suggestions for names, and I really like Dexter because I like the show Dexter. I'm like, what's that show called again? It's just called fucking Dexter. So I am going to do one finger on Dexter and then the other four on nail swatches. I'm tired. So yeah, I mean, I wish I had longer nails because I would ideally like to do a really long coffin. But unless I want to fucking do it on popsicle sticks or something, that's not happening. So yeah. All right, let's get into the video. So before I actually do any nail art, I'm just sketching out my ideas for the nails that I want to do. I'm also sketching out placement as well. So which nail art goes on which nail, which looks the most visually pleasing, that kind of thing. And my sketches don't look professional or even good by any means. But what I'm trying to do here is just get what's in my head out onto paper and organize it so I can reference back to it as I'm doing the art. And now I am just putting color on the swatch sticks to put the nail art over. And it's a good thing that I wrote down what goes where on what paper because that helped me know how many nails to paint which colors. And I'm skipping ahead a bit just to show you me doing polygel on Dexter here. And I'm wearing gloves because I recently read in my nail technician textbook that if you get polygel or acrylic on your hands and skin regularly, you can actually develop an allergic reaction to it. And because I'm new to polygel and I'm not that experienced with it, I don't have the confidence that I won't get it all over my fingers because that does happen a lot. So I'd rather just be safe and use gloves instead. After fitting the dual form on the nail bed, I'm cleaning it up and I'm holding the dual form to the nail with my thumb under the UV lamp so that it doesn't move or go anywhere or lift to places I don't want it to. So I hold it for a few seconds and let it cure. And then once I'm confident that it's not going to shift, I let it finish curing for the whole 90 seconds. So I'm using the Beetle's Clear Gel, and I'm not sure if the cure time is 60 or 90 seconds, but I'm just doing 90 to be extra safe. And then I flip it over and do the underside as well because I do find that I usually get a sticky layer on the bottom, even if I'm using clear gel. So I just do both sides just in case. And I'm wiping down the nail with rubbing alcohol to get any sticky residue off that I can. And then I am applying that base layer to the nail. This time I actually forgot to file the nail before I put my first coat of nail polish on. So that sucked. But it's okay, because I figured it out anyways. If we're doing this on real nails, we would want to put a base coat, and then your polish, and then a top coat. But because this isn't actual nails, and it's not the end of the world if the paint falls off of these, I'm only putting a layer of polish. And this morning I just was not having a good time. One of the nail swatches, 2 of them actually, as you can see there, just would not work out. So I had to keep painting all these swatches blue and watching them get messed up over and over again. I finally figured it out though. I finally got all 4 of my swatches. And here I am going to be starting the line work. I'm shifting my camera to give you guys a better view, but regardless of the fact that I did change my camera angle, I still cover up the art pretty frequently, which is really frustrating. But as soon as I get a tripod, because I'm just using this little phone stand, as soon as I get a tripod, I think I'll be able to get better angles, possibly from above. I'm just cleaning up the edges with that brush, and that brush is actually really good for cleaning up the edges. What I like to do is I like to use rubbing alcohol in a dapping dish and clean up my line work with that. And when I'm satisfied, I will flash cure it for 5 to 30 seconds to save my progress. And then anything I layer on top of that, I can erase with alcohol. And right now I'm trying another method of doing the line work where I'm using masking tape, but it doesn't really work very well and it has the same end result, so I'm going to stop here and just show you what they look like after I'm done with them. I don't know if you guys can see that very clearly, but I did put a thin layer of black on the edges, or I guess I should say I lined it. And now I'm going in with the file and getting the shape I want. I'm using, I'm not sure what grit file that is, but I'm using an 80 grit file just to get the length down quicker. And then after that, I go in with this probably 120 grit, I'm not sure. And then that's not working how I want it, so I end up switching again to a 180 grit file. And that works a lot better for getting the shape I desired. And here I'm starting out D.Va's whiskers. I'm not really happy with how they turned out, so I'm not going to show the rest of this part, but you'll see what they look like in the end. So now I'm starting on what was originally intended to be the main focus of all the nails, but it kind of ended up just being like an accessory to the finger, to Dexter's nail. But this is going to be D.Va's logo, and then what her clothes look like. So I'm laying down a layer of pink and then curing that and then putting more detail into it. Obviously I can't show you because my hand was covering the camera. And in between curing sessions, I'm sketching out my other design on the thumb. And this pink line is going to be D.Va's buckle. I originally wanted to put blue on the bottom half, but I forgot to. So I had to go back in with the blue and go over the white spots on the bottom. And I'm actually surprised with how well I ended up cleaning up those edges with the blue. And this is where I finally start actually sketching on the main focus nail. I don't know what to call it. Accent nail? Main focus? I don't know. Dexter? Just the presentation nail. And I'm using a pencil to sketch because I saw other artists doing that with more intricate designs. So I thought it would be a good idea, and it actually worked out really well because all the pencil markings you can literally just remove with rubbing alcohol after you don't want them to show up anymore. And especially because I'm working over white, that's extremely important. And I'm just finishing up the final details on this nail. They were really, really tiny, so I didn't really have the opportunity to make sure the camera was actually getting what I was painting. There's just no way I'm going to be able to paint that much detail on camera unless I get a tripod that can take a video from an aerial angle. And now I'm starting to lay down the line art for the main piece, which is D.Va's booty. And again, I'm skipping ahead quite a bit here because it's really not that interesting. What I had to do was flash cure each layer over and over and over again. And it took a really long time just because I wanted to make sure I was setting my work so I didn't have to restart and do everything all over again in case I messed up. So it is a really long and tedious process. I'm pretty sure like doing these nails took 2 to 4 hours. I want to say 2 hours because I don't think it was that long by the time I was finished. And I know I started like at 8. Maybe it was 4 hours. I don't know. But I'm really happy with how it turned out, and you'll see that later. And now I am just putting the finishing touches on this nail. I'm just making sure all the line art is colorful and crisp, and you can't see the layers beneath it. And then I ended up putting 2 top coats on this because there were multiple layers of line art and I don't want the nail to be textured. So I want to lay it on thick to avoid any weird bumps or whatever. Okay, so here is the end result. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I did not think I could do that much detail. I mean, I know it's not like the best art ever out there, but I think I did a pretty kick-ass job, not gonna lie. I love these regular nails, and then this one I'm not like crazy about, but it fits the pattern. And oh my gosh, I just realized I need to outline that because then it doesn't match anything else. Oh, but this one isn't outlined either. I'll just leave it. So that is the end result, and I am especially impressed with my booty nail. I love it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.